Chapter 21. Watch the door. "Elbows up," I said, suppressing a giggle as I reached for Ominous's left hand. My other moved to his chest, to the spot beneath his shoulder, no asking, claiming, my turn. He allowed himself one startled blink. Then his fingers closed around mine in a playful squeeze, his other hand finding my waist even firmer. A sharp breath escaped me as he drew me in, his smile lazy, as though demonstrating he was the composed one between us. His palm slid to my shoulder blade, guiding my arm upright in one smooth shift of posture. I felt him close, his body pressed against mine. A snowflake landed on my nose, melting instantly, my cheeks burning. There was no fumbling this time, no hesitation, only certainty in the way he leaned into the first spiral, leaving me no choice but to trust. My steps fell into his, not because I remembered them, but because he left no room for doubt, only the instinct to follow. He caught me, held me, speaking through his fingertips, through the subtle changes of pressure at my back and in my palm. Each sweep forward made me forget I had feet at all. I was floating again. My head tipped back, my eyes open but unseeing, fixed instead on the rhythm of his breath. My lungs filling when his did, exhaling only when he let me. The room around us blurred, the crowd faceless, forgotten. Finally, as the music softened to a low hum, it felt like waking. The world came back in jagged pieces, and I squinted at every single one. The chandelier dimmed, couples stirred, some leaving, some arriving, changing position. Ominous processed the shift before I did, his shoulders loosening into something more casual. He grinned down at me, gaze drawn somewhere near my rose-painted mouth. A shiver rippled through me as he caught my wrists, guiding them up toward his neck. Gently, as if afraid I might pull away, he placed my hands around it, my fingers meeting at his nape. I held on, palms folding tight as he released me. His hands slipped down my sides, trailing the seams of my dress until they paused at the hollow of my waist, as though surprised to find it there, as though still memorizing the shape of me. My chin tipped up toward his, and then we moved again, slower now, my breath coming in deep, careful puffs. He chuckled.
Tired?
I shrugged. A little? He didn't reply at once, only swayed to the rhythm, stirring me like a potion. His scent curled around me, ink, pine, parchment. A new book, a new chapter. Heat rose at the memory of that momentous afternoon in the dungeon. I traced the line of his brows, the graceful curve of his mouth, and hoped I smelled like the vial he'd smiled at, before I broke it. He leaned closer, as though confirming I was still that girl. His breath brushed my temple as he whispered,
"Do you want to leave?"
The question hung between us, quiet and careful, as if he feared to break the spell. I nodded before I could second-guess myself. His fingers threaded through mine, and we slipped from the blur of couples, the laughter, the glitter. The doors to the great hall yawned wide, spilling us into the corridor, then further, past the echo of voices until the silence grew thick. The night air clung to my cheeks as we stepped into the courtyard. The sky stretched endless above us, black velvet scattered with stars, brighter than any ceiling enchantment could mimic. Snow drifted down, soft against my skin, catching in my hair. For a moment we only stood there, listening. The distant throb of music muffled, a fading heartbeat. My head dropped against his shoulder, seeking ground, one hand clutching his sleeve. I breathed in, the cold air sharp in my lungs. It feels unreal. Ominous tilted his face toward the sky, lids closed, lashes dusted with snow.
Not to me.
His voice was low, steady, his fingers tightening around mine.
I hear it. Every breath, every shiver, every stumble of your heart.
Heat spread through me, fierce and fragile, all at once. He turned, lifting a hand to my cheek, then the other, cupping my face like a lost and found treasure. His lips parted, eyes glinting.
I can read your body like Braille.
Every thought left me, my throat closing. I could breathe without air. His mouth curved into a sly smile, and he gave a small nod.
Yes, I understand.
He murmured, brows drawn into a playful frown, as though solving a riddle I hadn't meant to pose.
Beautiful.
The world narrowed to the warmth of him. The taste of winter caught between our lips as he kissed me, slow and sure. His hands cradled my jaw, trailing down my neck, rhinestones clicking beneath his fingertips. He paused, then kissed me deeper, holding on for one aching beat before pulling back. A gasp slipped from him, his smile breaking wide, cheeks flushed and glowing.
Let's move.
My gaze locked on his, chest heaving, shoulders still charged with the weight of his touch. I caught his hand, my voice trembling with intent. Play for me. His smile softened.
Of course.
I barely felt the cold. Every nerve hummed with the memory of his hands around my face, lips melting into mine. Inside, our steps quickened, echoing like a promise in the dark. He moved with purpose, wand outstretched, leading me through empty corridors with unerring focus. We stopped only once, by the History of Magic classroom. He tugged me behind a pillar, one finger pressed to his lips. I tensed as Professor Binns drifted past, translucent frame gliding across the hall before vanishing. I smothered a laugh in my hand.
I would have walked straight through him.
Ominous leaned down, grazing my hair with a kiss.
I know.
Moments later, the door to the music room clicked shut. Moonlight poured in, split and spread across the floor, mirroring the window frame's pattern. The space enveloped us like a dream, the scent of wood, the ghost of notes lingering in the air. I let out a shaky laugh.
We're really doing this, aren't we?
Watch the door.
Ominous murmured, amusement curling in his voice. He took my hands into his, lifting them to his mouth. His eyes slipped shut as he kissed each knuckle in turn, every brush a whisper rippling through me. He didn't let go as we drifted toward the piano. Instead of sitting, he nudged me forward, hands circling my hips, guiding this last dance. My back bumped the instrument with a low melodic thud. He bent, burying his face in the crook of my neck. My eyes fluttered closed.
I thought you were here to play,
I managed, looping my arms around him, pulling him closer. He chuckled, voice rough against my ear.
I am.
His mouth found mine again, deep and certain, his words breaking against my lips between breaths.
I'm playing you.